Women educators are natural givers, pouring into their students, their families, and communities. But what about pouring into you? This is the Educator Sanctuary, where we help you ditch the guilt and unapologetically put yourself at the top of your list. I'm Dr. Leah, educator, mindset coach, and your guide to creating a life where you align with your purpose and reclaim your power. So if you're ready to set boundaries and step fully into the woman you're meant to be, you're definitely in the right place. Let's get into it. Hey, and welcome back to the Educator Sanctuary, where we have real conversations, mindset shifts, personal growth, and all the things that help you live more intentionally. If you are new here, I'm Dr. Leah, and today it's going to be a shorter episode, but don't get comfortable, okay? There's still going to be some big, major homework for you to do. It is January, and everywhere you look, it's New Year, new me still. I thought we had gotten out of that, but clearly we're not. We're still here. People are buying planners, making vision boards, setting goals, posting up quote, literally doing all the things. And while I love a fresh start, and while I absolutely love intention, I love having goals, and I love being in alignment with those goals, I woke up thinking about something that I feel like everybody needs to hear, especially if you're feeling like you're falling behind, unmotivated, not in the mood, but still trying to keep up with the whole New Year, New Me theme. January is not a magic month. I said it. I got it out there. January isn't magic. It is momentum. A calendar cannot and will not and does not change the course of your life. A new month in a new year does not change your habits. And the new year does not automatically create a new you. The only thing that's going to change the course of your life is momentum. And momentum is not built by big speeches and perfect routines. Momentum is built by making small decisions every day that you continue to repeat until your life starts to reflect your new habits back to you. Because the truth is, a lot of people love the idea of January. It's like, oh my gosh, last year didn't work. This is my new year to make a new start. But you don't love the discipline that January requires. And this is where people get stuck. They think that they need the motivation first. They think that they need the clarity first. They think that they need the perfect plan first. But most of the time, you don't really get the clarity before you move. I talked about this quite a bit last year, 2025, that a lot of the times you only get clarity because you moved. So if you're a faith girly, you already know this. A lot of the time, you don't get the next step. You don't even get the whole staircase. You never see the full picture. It drove me so crazy for the last couple of years of just taking steps, not knowing where I was going, and sounding crazy because I didn't even know where I was going. People are like, oh, well, what are you about to do next? I have no idea. I'm just taking this one step right here. And the conversation sounded really crazy when I said it. But in my head, I'm like, it's got to work out because I know that I am using the nudge that was given to me. I'm following the whispers. I'm listening to the instructions. And I'm just praying that at some point the full blueprint unfolded. And eventually it did. I honestly cannot tell you how many times in my life that I just wanted the full blueprint. And God simply gave me one instruction. And that was it. Including when I moved where I moved. It was like, oh, I think I'm moving to this state, but I didn't have the city yet. And then I nailed down the area but I still didn't know the city. I got all the way here and I lived in a hotel for a couple of weeks because I had no idea where I was going to live. I went out every day looking for the perfect house in the perfect neighborhood. And of course, nothing's perfect, but I do really think that my house in my neighborhood is perfect. Okay. So it was just like every day unfolding. And I'm still getting the reasons, even today, of why I moved here a couple of years ago. So it's like the breakthrough wasn't in me understanding everything. It was simply in moving on what I knew I heard to do. Momentum doesn't come from having a full blueprint. You can know what the full blueprint is. And sometimes, in my honest opinion, I feel like some of us, including me, if we had the full blueprint and if we knew what we had to go through to get what was at the end of that blueprint, we wouldn't even move. We would be so intimidated, so overwhelmed, so doubtful. I don't think that I can do this. And you would talk yourself out of whatever it is before you even got there, which is sometimes what I think is protection. Momentum comes from obedience. It comes from action. It comes from movement. And I want to stress this gently, but clearly. If you keep waiting to feel like you're ready, you're waiting for the motivation to have the momentum, then this year is going to be the same as last year and all of your previous years. You're going to be having Groundhog Day for a really long time because you're going to keep repeating the same year each year. So how do we make it realistic? How do we allow you to reach your goals without the motivation and the momentum, and with knowing that this new year is not bringing you a new you if you don't have new habits, new mindset? If your goal is to get healthier, momentum might mean drinking a little bit more water this year, taking some walks this year, prepping one meal a couple of nights a week. Maybe not the new lifestyle overnight because it's unlikely to be sustainable. If your goal is to make more money this year, that momentum might look like sending the email, whatever that is, networking, asking for the sale, whatever that is, sending the email, making the calls for referrals, calls for the job. Did they get your application, resume? Did they take a look? Post the offer if you're selling something. Follow up with a person that you've been meaning to follow up with and you haven't gotten in contact with them yet. If your goal this year is peace, momentum might be turning your cell phone off for an hour. Or my favorite, turn it on do not disturb an extra hour and a half before you know you're going to bed. Clean one corner of your house if you do not have momentum to clean the entire house. Reorganize your closet. Get rid of some of that clutter because everything is energy and you can create peace by removing stagnant energy. Say no to the one thing that you know you don't have the capacity for, but you've been saying yes all 2025. Momentum doesn't have to be dramatic. It is often just quiet moves, but powerful. And this is why January matters. Not because it's magical, but because it gives you clean mental starting points. And what you do at the start determines what kind of race you actually run. So here's the homework this week. I would love for you to pick one area where you want to build momentum this month. Just one, not 10 goals, not a reinvention, one lane. And then answer these 3 questions about that one thing. What is the one outcome I desire by the end of January? And make that outcome simple. So we talk about SMART goals. I have an episode on that. But you want to make it simple, something relevant and something that you can actually achieve. And then what is an action towards that outcome that you can repeat for the next 7 days. Again, something very realistic. What is the one thing that you need to stop doing that is really dragging your momentum? So what is one habit or one distraction, one excuse you keep making up, or one pattern that you seemingly have that literally drags your momentum into the ground and prevents you from doing the thing? And by the way, that is a mindset block that is preventing you to protect you. Another episode. I won't do it here, but I do have an episode on that already about mindset blocks. So go back and find it. And here's the assignment. Do your one action today. Don't wait until tomorrow or Monday. Do it today. Because momentum doesn't start when you feel like it. Momentum starts when you just decide and act on it. And there's that. So if this episode spoke to you, here's another piece of momentum. Share this with another woman who needs a reminder that she doesn't need magic. She needs momentum. I would love for you all to support the podcast. There is now a listener support link in the show notes where you can contribute as little as $3 a month. It does help keep this space going and growing the same as your shares do. And remember, you are the magic. How you move and the momentum you create, that is the magic. So I cannot wait to hear what you guys end up doing between now and the next episode. Thank you for listening. Talk soon. Thank you for joining me in the Educator Sanctuary, where we create a space for women educators to reclaim their power and prioritize themselves unapologetically. If you've loved what you've heard, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with other amazing women who need to hear this message. Until next time, remember, you are capable, you are powerful, and you are absolutely worthy. You've got this. Talk soon.